Bring it lower. All right, we are live. This is Armin Navobi from Atheist Republic, and we are with Omar because he can't stop messaging me on Facebook because it seems like there's something very important that he keeps saying.
Extremely important.
Extremely important, constantly. Armin, we need to talk about this. Armin, when can I come again on Atheist Republic? What is it, Omar? What is it that we need to talk about? Tell me.
You guys keep dividing yourselves over things that has nothing to do with being an ex-Muslim or being an atheist. I need to stop this division because it's going insane. Stop fighting within each other. Okay, I will start talking, first of all, about this. Over the last year, I have seen a lot of topics and political issues that has nothing to do with our cause, which is important in either cases. Our cause is normalizing atheists all over the world. Our cause is minorities within Muslim communities. Our cause shouldn't be perceived as a left-wing or a right-wing political position at all. Every decent human being should agree with us with what we're doing. But for some reason, since the 2016 election and somewhere before that too, I saw a lot of people getting cast out because of political opinions, and they're good people. And I think this division thing is not going to a good place at all. Like,
what division? What do you mean? What division?
What division? Like, anyone who's a right-winger for some reason is cast out and shouldn't be associated in any way with any atheist or Muslim community, ex-Muslim community. That happens. I've seen attacks just easily, not even Trump supporters. I've seen attack because criticism of the left. I've seen attacks because even when opinions like, I'm now gonna criticize the left wing and I'm gonna criticize the right wing, and I will defend both eventually. But for people like us talking to the West, we're not even in America. We don't even get included in this insane divide. But whenever, for some reason, we just be anti-left, that's an instant reaction from some of the, I'm not, of course, not all, some of the atheist community to cast us out. I'm not saying they're always like accusation of racist and Nazi and stuff. No, not that bad.
So wait, so you're saying that we're trying to fight religion and normalize atheism and build a community for atheists, and atheists in the West are too focused on who's on the left, who's on the right, and they're losing their focus on the bigger fight. Is that what you're saying?
And I think the bigger fight, I think the bigger fight is a more pressing moral issue than any current political divide. And the political divide itself is not healthy, period. Forget about Atheist Republic, forget about the atheist community. Like, sometimes...
Whoa, forget about Atheist Republic.
Not forget about, guys, we love Atheist Republic. That was not my point.
Okay. All right.
I mean, Armin, seriously, I've reached the point that right here in the Middle East, I'm seeing an issue being fought for in America, that the division itself is what's harmful more than which side is correct. Like, I'm not even interested about which side will win, but that division itself is...
So what do you mean by
within
division?
Americans?
What do you mean by division? Is it good that we have disagreements and we debate
about
it?
Disagreements and arguments are awesome. I love disagreements. I'm talking about casting people away and stop talking to them, unfriending them, blocking them. That's the dangerous part. Remember when the Fourth Horsemen were still coming up, there were disagreements. Christopher Hitchens was pro-Iraq war. Sam Harris and Daniel Dennett were arguing about free will versus determinism. That's extremely healthy debate for people and atheists to start arguing against each other, even if no one changes the other side's mind. That's good, because none of Christopher or Daniel Dennett or Sam or Dawkins ever like, Christopher Hitchens, you're out. That never happened.
Okay, devil's advocate from both sides. All right, so I'm going to be a lefty first, and then I'm going to be a righty first. And
I was going to do that too.
Okay, so let me first be a lefty, okay? But these people on the right, they're fucking racist. We don't, if we invite racists into the atheist movement and people come and see that we're bigoted in the community, if that's their first impression of the atheist movement, they're not even going to join our community. And we're not. How can we normalize atheism if people's first experience with atheism is bigots? Now I'm going to wait before you respond. Now I'm going to be a righty.
I'm going to reply to the one.
So now I'm going to righty. But these lefties, these people are defending Islam. They are fighting Christianity and conservative Christianity in their hometown. But when it comes to Islam and conservative Islam, they seem to like defend it and consider it an immunity, and they call everybody that is fighting Islam a racist. How could we fight a religion when these people are actually protecting Islam? All right, go.
I will go. First one, don't accept any racist in the atheist community. I'm not talking about racists. I'm talking about Trump supporters. That's a huge difference. That's number one. The argument for anyone saying anything against the Obama administration does not equal racist. You know me, Armin, I've talked a lot about anti-Obama and Hillary. You know, since the support for the Muslim Brotherhood, how much I hate them.
Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, listen, I am an anti-Hillary guy. Whatever the place. So, right now, what's just happening right now? Are you a Trump supporter? No. Yeah. Listen. This is the conversation I'm talking about.
Right.
Are you a Trump supporter? First of all, there is no way I'm a Trump supporter, and I'm not a right wing on any social issue. Like, if you talk to any of us here on gay rights, on liberal, we call ourselves secularists, but we're basically liberal. But we're all anti-Hillary and anti-Obama because there's stuff that supersedes
these
issues. Listen to me because this is important.
All right, go ahead.
There's stuff that supersedes any gay rights issue, which is there are people over there, there's an administration that literally aids and supports a group that has my name on a kill list, that killed my friends. I'm sorry, but Obama and Hillary and John Kerry are my enemies. This has nothing to do with even politics. I'm not left wing or right wing. I'm a survival wing right now. So when I have
in live chat, I'm reading in the live chat somebody saying there is no difference between a Trump supporter and a racist. Trump supporters do not need to say the N-word to be racist. It's systematic within them.
So all the non-white Trump supporters and Azra Nomani are racists.
That's what this guy, and he said, another person is saying, Trump supporter, how embarrassing. So they're saying.
Oh, I'm so afraid. By the way, I'm unapologetic. Oh, you think this is Armin? This is the good part about me not being even in America and not in this divide. When I state an opinion, I'm not afraid of any backlash, and I don't hold any position like to.
Well, you're an ex-Muslim in a Muslim country, so I'm pretty sure you're not afraid of.
No. Yeah. I'm afraid of the Muslims. I'm not afraid of the accusations of racism and, oh, no, I'm a Trump supporter. If Hillary was running against Wabba Labba Dub Dub, I'm supporting Wabba Labba Dub Dub. It has nothing to do with any right-wing issue. It has a lot to do with Obama's foreign policy. And when I say something like that, people will instantly start talking about Trump without even knowing what happens. Some people don't even believe me when I say Obama supported the Muslim Brotherhood. Some people don't believe me when I say specific thing. So the argument should be right now about Trump. Like
so you're saying we should disagree and there shouldn't be divisions. If I came to you and I said I actually support Hillary's decisions, if I say Hillary did an awesome job, she was the best foreign secretary, she would have been the best president we have. If I said something like that, would you be willing to consider me as an ally?
As an ally in what? If you voted for Hillary, I will be against you. I want to argue with you. I will never like.
So there you go. This is the division that you're talking about. So
no. The division. Again, Armin. The division I'm talking about, putting a line. These people are casted out. I do with one group of people, the people who want to kill me. Literally, I'm not even kidding. The Muslims I talk to every day who keep swearing at me, spitting in my face, threatening me with hell, I don't consider enemies. The enemies are the only ones I'm going to tell me. So my standards of who I'm going to call an enemy are so high to the point that, of course, an Obama supporter or a Hillary supporter, and I'm against, I will never call an enemy. I don't even call the regressive left an enemy. I don't even call there is a lot of enemy getting thrown around and accusations of racism that, to me, there is no even logical conclusion from where the guy stands or his position to anything else. And my arguments right now, Armin, is concerning misrepresenting the other's view. So there's a rule I'm sure you know about, like in an argument, the other guy should restate your position in a way that the first would agree with. You know that?
Steel manning, is that what you're talking
So,
about?
yeah, steel manning. So every time I get accused of being a right winger, like how the hell, what kind of right wing policy, like what pro-life? We don't understand this, and I think the Hillary Trump election have forced a lot of people into a guy or a gal that they don't fully support, but they have to be against the other guy. Now they're stuck with the bad parts of each one and can't even defend them fully. And my opinion is just criticize both. And there is nothing wrong with criticizing your own party. Criticizing your own party makes your party stronger, not weaker. This sudden accusations from people who are liberals against the left will just cause the left to be more inside a bubble, and people would go to the right wing.
So Courtney Lynn in the comment section is saying Trump wants to ban all Muslims and start more wars in Muslim countries. So this guy
start more wars in Muslim countries.
That's why, and he's saying you're making no sense.
Start more wars in Muslim countries.
Yeah. What?
Oh no, I'm asking her.
She's saying if you're supporting a racist, you must be.
No. Trump is not a neocon. I'm asking her, why did you say he's starting wars in Muslim countries? Like, then Obama have been aiding and sending weapons to Islamists in Syria non-stop and supported the Muslim Brotherhood and Libya. All three are in the Obama administration. All three fuck-ups. Have you not been living in the Obama administration? What is she talking about?
So somebody else is saying, I don't think all Trump supporters are racist. I just think it's embarrassing to support such a buffoon.
He is a buffoon.
All right, so why are you supporting him?
Ever since,
because he's against Hillary. That's your standard.
No. That's not my standard. You know what my standard is? People over here not dying. I'm sorry, Egypt first.
Egypt first, but I thought you were against division. Wasn't it our planet first is a better way to?
Okay, you're seriously asking me putting my own life as a priority is now some kind of racism? Are you fucking kidding me, Armin?
I'm just trying to. Okay, so. All right. No, so it's not Egypt first. It's basically survival first, right? So it's not.
I'm making a hashtag joke about America first.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And I care about human beings dying more than anything else. I told you, and if people wanna go check my channel, I talked to you guys about it. Like the moral priorities should be less people dying. So, Armin, this conversation is already going down the deep end from that specific thing.
All right, what is this?
I am warning about. Like, let me tell you how much this I've been like testing and doing experiments to talk to people from the left and people from the right, according to which policy I say. And just stop looking at the chat and don't get me any questions.
Okay.
I want to say this.
All right. I can't. Okay. All right. I'm gonna focus on you.
So, for example, I'm gonna get you one example, and I want to get a quick one because we don't want to waste some time. Okay. You know Tulsi Gabbard, representative from Hawaii. Okay. Long story short, there was support for the FSA, which is the Free Syrian Army. FSA ceased to exist in early 2015 because Bashar made a pardon, and everyone, the higher lieutenants, went to him, and the rest of the FSA basically turned Islamic to Jabhat al-Nusra, which was renamed to Fath al-Sham, which was renamed to Jaish al-Islam. All of this, the aid from America was still going on, okay? And a lot of people in America, good people, were against supporting an Islamic organization, terrorist organization that kills people, even if it's against Bashar al-Assad. That's good. Now, Tulsi Gabbard is an awesome American politician because she did something no one else did, and she went to the Middle East and asked people.
The Hawaii lady.
The Hawaii lady.
Yeah. She's a lefty.
Yeah. You know her.
Yeah.
Dude, that's my. Just shut up, okay?
Okay.
That's my whole experiment.
Okay.
So of course, we contacted her. I know a Syrian that actually saw her after she left the palace of Bashar, and we fucking love her because she did, literally, she did something no other American politician has ever does, because she cared about human beings more than bipartisan issues, whatever, who will accuse her of being a Bashar sympathizer. She's gonna put hands with Trump, the racist. She didn't care. She only cared about human lives. So she passed a bill to Congress that stopped terrorism bill, that stopped the weapons from coming in. And as you've seen, like less Syrians have died over the last, since she did that. Okay, so she did that during the Obama administration early this year. If I say this story to anyone from the left and tell him Tulsi Gabbard, a progressive, a Bernie Sanders supporter, did it, he will say it's awesome, it's good, it's great that she did that. If I told him Trump did it, he will be against it. He's bending over to Russia because he's a racist. He wanna bend over to Russia collusion. He's pro-Bashar. He wants Bashar to kill more Syrians. Explain that, Armin. How can the same event, the same exact event, if I say Tulsi Gabbard did it, it's good. If I say Trump did it, it's bad. Explain it to me. And both did it. Tulsi passed by Trump.
All right, but I want to focus on whether it's possible. The thing is that I know when people hear
that, first of all, you don't see a problem.
Okay, I do, but here's the thing though. But now you're focusing on what the disagreements are, right? But
no, the story is the same. There is no disagreement about.
I understand
less people getting killed is a good thing.
Okay.
But suddenly it's a good thing if Trump did it.
But I understand that. But what I'm trying to say is that the topic is whatever our disagreements are. So you're saying, you know, I understand you're saying there's a hypocrisy of the people that see on the left with regards to this. But what I'm saying is that I'm trying to see if there is a way for us to ally on some things, whatever our disagreements are, whatever, like this, is it possible?
Like Islamic terrorism?
No, just fight. Let me make my point. God damn it, I did it.
You did it to me, dude. You did it to me.
All right, okay. I'm just saying that there are some things that, for example, I don't believe in, and there are some things that I believe in. And when I hear somebody and this seems pretty obvious to me, and then somebody else says something that is completely contradictory to what I think, and they think their position is pretty obvious to them. And we both look at the situation and we are like, how the fuck could that person think that? Right?
Media bias.
No, I'm not caring about whether who's right or wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, yeah. Right? I'm just saying but the thing is that when we see something that somebody believes in and we think it's ridiculous, is it possible for us to get past that and work with them on goals that we share, right? For example, let's say that I'm fighting against Trump and I meet somebody that supports Trump. And I'm like, how the fuck could somebody support Trump? And they look at me and like, how the fuck could somebody be against Trump, right? But then at the same time, both of us are fighting for secularism, right? Mm-hmm. Is it possible for me to get past the fact that this idiot is supporting Trump, and for that person to get past the fact that I'm against Trump, for us to work on something else that we are aligned with? You know what I mean? Like
the common goal is the same, and it's important, and both of you think it's important. Of course, you should be willing to work on it with each other. I am here not even asking if you should agree with me about Hillary. I am literally here putting up a warning from a division that I think have gone too far, and it's hurting the conversation. That's all I'm here for, Armin. That's one. So if you're asking me if someone is crazy, has a crazy belief, if you're willing to talk to him, Omar, of course I am. Again, I am willing to talk to anyone who is not pro-killing me. Literally. Anyone. I talk with Muslims every day, and I love Muslims' arguments because they sometimes change their mind and become ex-Muslims. That's what I do every day. I argue with them, I explain evolution, I explain logical fallacies so that they would become ex-Muslim.
I actually just
good.
That's a good, yeah. I actually just recently had a conversation with somebody that was arguing why it would be okay to kill ex-Muslims in a perfect Islamic situation, right? So
No. Fuck him. No. That's a line.
wait,
That's my line.
no, that was I'm saying I went one step past you. That wasn't even my line, because I still managed to be, I think, managed to be respectful with him and having a friendly conversation with him, even though he was arguing why it would be okay to kill me, right? So I'm thinking, if I can talk to somebody like that while they're arguing a scenario for it to be okay to kill me, I don't think there should. If that's possible, then there shouldn't be any limits for us to be able to talk to people.
There shouldn't. If you're gonna talk to someone who's protest to apostates, you certainly can talk to Trump supporters.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, I actually do think that Trump is a buffoon, and
And
no
you
matter
didn't
how bad.
even ask me, because there's a complete fall, Armin, of individuality. There's a collectivism. Because no. Wait a minute. You already at the beginning of I was already a Trump supporter, and all of the chat are saying Trump supporter. When did I say that? How can a right-wing Trump supporter be for a socialist in the primary? Why did I desperately want Bernie to win? If Bernie won, I don't even care about the American election.
So you're
all I am is anti-Hillary. Point.
All right. Okay.
I can criticize Trump. Listen, sometimes, Armin, I criticize the left for not criticizing Trump correctly. Like, they fall into traps of him trolling, of him doing shit. And all my arguments against Trump are the Sam Harris arguments, are his incompetence, not he made a gif on CNN, not the accusations non-stop of white supremacy. You should specifically keep concerned about his incompetency, and he will fail in every government position he will have. That's like, so now I'm criticizing the left, that the left is not criticizing Trump properly. Am I a Trump supporter, Armin?
So you're not a Trump supporter?
Of course I'm not, but I understand Americans to the point that the second I say anything against Hillary, I will be a Trump supporter and a racist. There is no conversation. They have lost their fucking mind. Of course I'm not a Trump supporter. I just left you because it's fun.
Okay, good. But let's say there was a Trump supporter.
And by the way, you know that when we were talking on the secular jihadist on the episode I posted on my YouTube, Faisal said, I've talked to a lot of ex-Muslim in the Arab world, and I think they're like Omar, they like Trump. And I corrected him. I said, I don't like Trump. Trump is an asshole in front of you. And you said, thank you for clarifying that. Do you remember?
No, but now I do.
Go listen to it on the YouTube. Okay. Now you remember.
Yeah.
So there is already an assumption, because we criticize the Democrats, that we love Trump. How can this be possible? And what is this fucking thing about? Like, okay, say what you were gonna say, because I'm gonna go on.
No, but let's say you were a Trump supporter, okay? And I think that you love Trump, right? And I think, like, well, that's dumb, right? But at the same time, I think, like, let's say somebody was a flat earther, somebody that believed the earth was flat, which is a dumber position to have than supporting Trump. I know some people think there is no dumber position, but I think believing that the world is flat is a dumber position. But if somebody believed that the world is flat, and I'm looking at them and like, oh my God, this guy's an adult and he thinks the world is flat, and at the same time believed religion should have no place in politics, am I going to stop working with this guy because he believes the earth is flat?
Does he bringing up the word is flat every 2 seconds, or you asked him and he said it and done?
I think either way is fine, as long as
no, the second way is disrupting the conversation and like non-stop. Like, I understand.
No, let's say he's effective. Let's say he's somebody effective. He's being very effective as his campaigns and
as an ally.
As
okay,
an ally,
of course, right. Done. Anyone effective as an ally, dude. Like, I agree with you know me on my position on reformers, right? Like, of course, Azra Nomani and a lot of people who voted Trump, I will take an ally to my side more than any atheist who is 100% for Obama and Hillary doing whatever the fuck they want to the Middle East. I don't care. And
You,
I'm not unapologetic, by
but
the way.
you should,
You
if you're against division, you shouldn't care that they're supporting Hillary or Obama. Right? I mean,
what? No, they're voting. They're
even
voting.
if they're voting, yeah, but if as long as they're, let's say somebody is an Obama and Hillary supporter, right? You shouldn't stop working with them, and they're voting for them. You shouldn't stop working with them because there could
Oh
be
no, no, no.
allies.
I never said that. I exactly said I feel closer to than the
Okay.
others. That's all I said. And Armin, this idea of criticizing Democrats' foreign policy always throw me to the right wing to the point that people don't understand what I have done when the neocons were in power. Like, you think I love Dick Cheney and Scooter Libby? Like, of course, if they made some shit up about weapons of mass destruction in Egypt, like, you think I will be okay with that?
All right, just
This has nothing to do with right or wing. There's a problem with us. The president always have checks and balances when it comes to domestic issues. Okay,
right.
and the Congress and the Senate always stopped him. But for some fucking reason, when it comes to foreign policy, each president is have way more power than he deserves. Like, I'm against this whole idea, of course, and it's another topic and another discussion. But let's face it, yani, you when you were arguing with Dave Rubin, remember about Trump and Obama, you said something correct specifically, and I was clapping at the beginning. Then you fell into something I disagree with. You said at the beginning, when Dave Rubin started the comparison, you said, "But Obama's not president. Let's criticize Trump." And you're right. Obama's not president. Why is he bringing Obama up right now? You're absolutely correct. But when you fell down the lie, the red line lie, and you kept saying, "Oh, but Trump lies more. Trump lies more." Armin, you either don't understand what the red line did, or you're just against Trump saying shit that are hypocrites. Like, do you understand how Russia has developed over because of the red line? Do you know what happened in Syria? Do you know that, like, Ukraine, Georgia, also? Do you know all of this? And you think the lie? How about John Kerry's lie that Bashar doesn't have chemical weapons anymore? I'm sure of it 100%. Does that lie is okay with you?
I never said I'm
You
okay
kept
with
saying, no, but here's the thing. You kept saying, but Trump's lies are way more harmful than Obama's lies to Dave Rubin.
Well,
You said that. I quoted.
I said he lies. I didn't say whose lies are more harmful. I say he lies more.
But Dave said, but Dave tricked you. Dave is smart. Dave tricked you and said that's more harmful, and you said no, no, no. Trump is. Just repeat the podcast.
Okay.
I know, Dave, and you said, and you already
but
in the beginning, you said,
I don't.
Obama.
Here's the thing. The thing is that you have been.
I can criticize both.
Yeah, you can despise this, right? But it's really hard to measure the harmful, especially because you have been the victim.
I can measure the harm. I've seen it in front of my own eyes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because you have been the victim of some. So let's say President A lies and President B lies. If I'm one of the victims of President A's lies,
exactly,
I'm gonna, even maybe President B's lies have been more harmful, but if I have been one of the victims of President A's lies, I'm gonna see President A's lies as more harmful, even though logic, President B
but Armin
has lied more, and maybe
logic, with that logic, I shouldn't criticize the neocons about Iraq. The neocons and Bush did nothing wrong to Egypt or Libya or Syria. They shit the Ba'ath party in Iraq. So we're criticizing them too. I didn't see the damage. I didn't live in Iraq, Armin. But I still criticize their foreign policy. Right. This idea of me caring about lives in the Middle East. Oh no, Omar, you're so biased for the lives of human beings in the Middle East is a bullshit argument.
Right. I mean, the thing.
What am I supposed to do? Like, I should like. Oh no! Some people accuse me of being a racist and a white supremacist. Therefore, of course, support the Muslim Brotherhood and Jabhat al-Nusra in Syria. Of course. How is this a logical argument to begin with?
Right. So you have been victims of the foreign policy of people like Hillary and Obama more than somebody.
And Hillary would have been much worse because she's even more.
But you're saying if Bernie Sanders or Trump
No, Bernie has a lot of good things about the Middle East. And Trump doesn't give a fuck about the Middle East. He will just wants it.
Yeah, so you're basically looking at these people as how they would affect.
I'm a consequentialist. Yes, I am a consequentialist when it comes to morality. If good people, like if you're asking me right now, who's a better human being, Obama or Trump? Of course, Barack Obama is a better human being than Trump. I'm not an idiot.
Right. But okay, so let's say
Trump is egotistical. He's a maniac.
Okay. Yeah, but you understand that even if Trump is not, his policies is not less harmful to you personally, his policies.
It's harmful to others, yes.
Yeah, so some people.
But thank God for the American Constitution and the checks and balances that would keep Trump in check. Good.
Well, but
I am glad people are resisting Trump.
Yeah, but he has also there's no check and balances. Like there is when it comes to trade policy, when it comes there's
no.
So there are some things that he can do with that.
By saying no. Okay, I'm saying that there is this is why I'm criticizing how the left is criticizing Trump. They're saying things that's not factual. If they're saying fascist nonstop,
right?
By definition, if all the media is saying Trump is fascist, then by definition he's not a fascist. Like you guys don't know what fascism is. Like you think I can criticize the Sisi right now? You think if I go on the media right now and criticize the Sisi, I will spend 5 years in prison instantly and get tortured? What is this fascist? That's a wrong criticism of Trump. Incompetence. He's so egotistical. He's only there for himself. He's the right criticism.
Too stupid to be a fascist. But here's the thing. He's not a fascist, but he's enabling a resurgence of white supremacy ideology.
Seriously? Okay. Let's go down that road. You think that all of this Trumpism and the rise of the alt-right has not been enabled by identity politics from the left at all? Seriously, Armin?
Well, no. There's one thing could have multiple causes. If in fact Trump being elected is possibly as a result of identity politics.
Of course it is. The insane amount of identity politics, vote for me because I'm a woman, non-stop from the left is the specific cause.
But just because the left...
But there's a rise of an alt-right and the left is innocent.
But no, I'm not saying that. But one thing could have multiple factors affecting it, right? But I'm saying.
Of course, I agree.
So okay, so yeah, I agree with you that people silencing criticism, people calling out racist, and not allowing civil discussions between people have made a more bigoted extreme version of it give rise to it, which is the alt-right. And so I agree with that. But at the same time, do you like somebody like Trump coming out and saying the things that he does make people think that does people on the far right think that they have a man in power in the we're back
converted from some shit posters and trolls to actual neo-Nazis coming out of the woodwork because of Trump. I 100% agree. A woman died because of that in Charlottesville.
Right.
Because of his populism without calling out racists. That's 100% true. Why did you think I would even argue with that, Armin? Armin, I am here.
I'm bringing these up just to
because I'm always on the defense when it comes to the West because I'm always a Trump supporter. I am here actually to make this conversation better so that the left would win in 2018 and the left would win in 2020. If the left keeps...
All right, but let's go back to the atheist movement. So, because the thing is that this is nothing new. Like, for example, now we're talking about the US, right? But for example, if you look in the Philippines, right, I just want to give it a more global understanding. So this is not, in Philippines, we have Duterte winning, and this is somewhat dividing the atheist community over there too, because a lot of atheists there love the fact that they now have a president that is fighting the church and saying some anti-Christian stuff, and they're like, well, finally. And then there are other atheists there that are saying we are humanists as well, and this guy is killing people, killing drug dealers or drug users without bringing him to court or without evidence. Just but some people saying that the media is lying about this is not true. So the atheist community there also is being divided. So it's kind of like a Trump situation there. But the thing is that in every country is different, right? but political division divides the atheist community depending on which country you are in, and cultural divisions, racial divisions. So because atheists mean, what does it mean? It means like lack of belief in God. Other than a lack of belief in God, we don't have anything in common, right? And because we don't have anything else in common other than lack of believing in God, we have to understand that there's going to be so many differing opinions between us. And so if we come to this atheist movement, and the atheist movement is a lot of people like, what? How does a lack of belief in God turn into a movement? Well, the atheist movement is normalizing this lack of belief in God, and I'm making it more acceptable. That's what the atheist movement is there for. But it's challenging because
it's not an identity, it's not a culture, it's not anything. We can all be different. We're just common one thing, the lack of belief in God, and that's normal. Leave us alone.
Right.
Leave us alone to be individuals, and us individuals will differ on a lot of things, of course.
So the atheist movement is trying to do exactly what the gay rights movement was trying to do. The gay rights movement was trying to normalize being gay, right? You don't have to, they're not out there to make other people gay. They're just trying to make it acceptable and normalize.
But we're out there to make other people atheists.
That's just a side bonus. Our main goal is to make atheists.
No, that's my main objective in Egypt. I turn Muslims.
Well, personally, that's my objective as well too. But but for the atheist movement itself, I think the main goal is to create a community for atheists, but also normalize atheism, right? So, but how can we do that if there's so much division in us? What we have to do, we have to normalize disagreements, right? We have to learn how to disagree with each other, even on things that
disagreements are already normal. Armin, what kind of world are you living in where there is no disagreements?
Well, disagreements without hatred normal. That's what I mean.
That's supposed to happen.
Yeah, but
I'm talking disagreements with hatred right here. I pass every day. I'm talking about people telling me I deserve to burn for eternity in hell. That's a disagreement with hate, right?
Right.
I'm fine with that as long as they don't attack me violently.
Exactly. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, to people that, like myself, that are against Trump, I tell them, look.
Like us, Armin, please.
Like us, right? Okay. But I'm saying, look, I can get along with Muslims as my friends. Believing in Islam.
Except the ones who want to kill me.
I can even get along with the ones that want to kill me. But
because you're living in Canada, not in the Middle East.
Right. No,
that's the only reason you're saying that.
I understand that. I couldn't have. Yeah. Well, I lived in Iran.
No, you can. Okay, when you were in Iran, you would meet Muslims who would literally go to the nearest kitchen and get a knife and kill you. You're willing to talk to these people?
I was classmates with them.
How are you still alive? How are you still alive?
Because I didn't tell them. But I did.
Okay, I'm already out here.
I know, I understand that. So practically you can't. Of course I couldn't. Like, I could go if somebody wants to. Obviously, if somebody's like, okay, your execution day. If somebody just is calling out my execution day, it's hard at that time for me to be friends with them, right? I'm just saying that. Obviously, it's I'm talking from a place where I'm safe. You're talking from a place where you're not, and my situation is not even comparable. Well, it is. My situation is completely different from yours. Okay.
Thank you. But we share one thing, Armin, about this idea of talking to Muslims, because me and you actually care about Muslims as human beings. That
exactly.
Argue with them.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. What I'm trying.
I knew that was your point. I'm gonna say it again. Me and you care more about Muslims as human beings to get them out because I was one of them. I was a Salafi. More than all the people about reform, about Islamophobia, about you have to respect their beliefs because their beliefs are hurting them. The number one victims of Islam are Muslims. Right. So the whole point is talking to them to get them out of their stupid religion. See, right now, when I said stupid religion, how many people on the left are just like, don't say that about the belief of an entire community. Like, they wouldn't even say that.
I believe stupid. You could care about people that believe in stupid things, right?
I'm not even saying that, but Armin, again, I'm arguing that I care more about Muslims, but when it comes to this idea of the ones who want to kill me, I disagree with you and Yasmin. You and Yasmin, these people have human rights too. Jihadists should be treated well. No, 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 no. I'm fighting back. I'm fighting back. I'm
Yes,
reporting them. I don't even care about what's
are you
torture
serious?
happening
You
in
don't
the prison.
understand what I mean when they have human rights, okay? When you
Okay, what do you mean?
okay, so when somebody has when somebody has human rights, that means that it, your human rights does when you want to kill somebody, your human rights doesn't mean that you shouldn't go to jail for that, right? So in a world where everybody has human rights, somebody advocating for violence goes to jail, right?
Okay, so you're
That
okay. Well,
doesn't
then you're for torture and
contradict.
for the death penalty. You're
No,
for torture and for the death
no,
penalty.
I'm not for torture for death
Okay,
penalty.
that's the only prison I have here. Should
Okay,
I like? Oh no, they're gonna get tortured. Fuck no, get tortured.
no, okay, so you're yeah, I actually okay. So what's the point of
This has
torturing?
nothing like. No, 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 no. That's not my. Do I control the Egyptian government now?
So that's not what you're saying. You're not saying we should torture them,
I'm
but
not pro torture. I
of
am
course you're not.
telling you.
Okay, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. I'm saying that you're talking about two different things. You're talking about survival, and I'm talking
When
about
it comes to survival, fuck
yes,
anyone who wants to kill me.
of course. Okay, of course, of
Okay,
course.
okay. That's
This is like self-defense. Okay, this is not about human rights. If somebody, I don't care if they're Muslim or not. If somebody comes and like raise a knife on me and I have a gun and I'm gonna shoot them, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're gonna kill me, but you have human rights. Do you really think that's my position? To not shoot the guy that is trying to kill me because he has human rights? Human rights gives me the right to defend myself. Okay? So no, but when I'm talking about human rights, I'm saying that every Muslim should have the right to advocate their opinions. Every Muslim has the right to happiness. Every Muslim has the right to not be discriminated against. But also every Muslim, when they found guilty in a free country of advocating to violence, have a right to a fair judicial system, and they go to jail once they've proven to be like human rights. Me advocating for Muslims' human rights doesn't contradict anything you're saying. Doesn't contradict our right to defend ourselves against violence. Doesn't contradict anybody going to prison for advocating violence. I advocate for their human rights, and it doesn't contradict anything you're saying when it comes to survival and defending yourself.
So in the fight against ISIS, you have no limits, right?
Of course not. Yeah, these are if somebody is coming to attack a village, I'm not going to be like
our last discussion, because the whole thing was Yasmin saying, now I made a post that even Nazis and jihadists have human rights too, and they shouldn't be killed or tortured if and you even said, so even if Yasmin said that, that's compassionate and virtuous. It's not virtuous. It's a moral thing to do, to kill as many. I am envious of my friends in the Egyptian army who kill Ansar Bayt al-Maqdis and Hamas. I'm not like, if I had him right now, I would kill him. This idea of, oh no, they're people too, is fucking stupid, Armin.
Okay, no, you're talking about completely two different situations, okay? If somebody is, there's a difference between somebody that is marching on your city and somebody that is advocating for the Khalifa and just sitting at their home and just saying,
anyone sitting in their home.
So that's what
most of the people are. Most of the Muslims saying
when Yasmin says that even Nazis have human rights, she's talking about if somebody
and jihadists.
If somebody goes out there and says like, oh, white power and white is a superior race, and just saying that,
I'm talking about jihadists. Of course, they have the right. I'm not arguing.
But that's what she's saying. Of course, that's what she. But
then why did she say jihadists? And you agreed.
No,
jihadists are people who want to kill non-Muslims.
Well, jihadists are also sometimes by definition people that are. So here's a difference. There's a difference between what. No, listen. There's this difference between somebody saying that I want to kill you, Armin, and somebody that comes and actually starts taking action to kill me. Okay,
I already agreed that 99% of Muslims who say they're pro the death to apostate will not actually do it, and I have no problem.
Right, I call a jihadist somebody that supports jihad. even if they actually take up arms or not.
Okay, and I made it more specific and said ISIS members, Al-Qaeda members, Ansar Bayt al-Maqdis members. Done.
Well, okay, so members, like members that actually.
Oh no! Don't even. I don't even gonna like. The second you
Like
join ISIS, you're fucking dead. I don't even care. Done.
There are some girls that like children that
this
have
is
no fucking idea what
Armin.
they're doing.
I don't care, Armin. That's why I'm saying you're in Canada and I'm in the Middle East. This is something you'll never understand. Trust me.
Hey,
like if you no,
I would never understand. Are you serious?
No. I'm not saying. Of course, you were wrong, and Faisal knows this too. But if you're saying in a position like Sweden, like ISIS members can come back and we'll give them like if you're gonna
of course level, somebody like say here's the thing. If
this is war, Armin.
I understand it, but when you are a victim of a group from some group of people, it becomes very emotional, right? Here's the thing. I might say like. Let's say somebody, I don't have a sister, right? But let's say I had a sister and somebody came and raped her. She didn't kill her, but raped her, right? But in my government, they would be like, okay, this person should go to jail, right? What would I want personally would be to kill this person, right? Rather than this person go to jail, right?
I'm not talking about revenge or what I want.
I'm just talking about difference. But if it wasn't my sister, I would be like, okay, yes, somebody that has committed a crime like that. I don't agree with the death penalty. They should go in jail and they should be somewhere that they could not harm anybody, right? But I don't agree with. I don't think if it was my sister, emotionally, I would want that person maybe tortured, right?
I think we're talking about two different things.
But I'm just saying that it's different. What you're saying is the difference between actually being a victim of a group of people and not being a victim. And I think it's more. I understand when somebody.
I am pro policy that kills ISIS. This is. When I'm talking about this, I'm not talking about revenge. I'm talking about the second we dropped the nationalities of any Egyptian who joined ISIS and started collecting people in jail, it was a deterrence and the number of people joining ISIS reduced. It has actual pragmatic effects for the war against terrorism.
Yeah, but you're talking about...
I'm not talking about revenge now.
Okay. You're talking about...
I'm talking about pragmatic fighting terrorism, like things that let's
say there were some girls in fucking some village in Iraq, right? And they were told these motherfucking Shias are gonna come. You guys are Sunnis, and the Shias are gonna come kill you all.
That's what happened. All the people under any ISIS held territory, those are victims. Let me clarify my point.
So these girls join ISIS.
Yes. No. I didn't say that. ISIS members have actual ISIS ID members, the Armin. All the people living under ISIS are victims, and the thought of the Shia militia are fucking disgusting. They go in, and everyone who said yes to ISIS, yes to the Khilafah, is suddenly an ISIS member, and they killed him too, and I'm against it. Bashar does the same thing. Syrians pro-Bashar say the same thing. If this village is totally under ISIS control, then the Syrians in that village are traitors. They didn't defend this village. They said yes to ISIS, so they should be killed too. That's fucking disgusting. Yeah, they're victims. We should hug the people who are living under ISIS. The people living under ISIS are the #1 victims.
Right.
We should save them, not kill them.
Okay. Yeah, so that was
I'm talking about actual jihadis with AK-47s in their head.
Yeah, of course.
How can you be?
Of course I would. Of course you should. Of course is when you have people coming with guns, you should shoot them.
Even if the gun is not with him and we already arrested him, they're getting like with no court order or anything. They drop the nationality. They're just dead.
Okay, so
that's all I'm saying. It's not like legal, and this is a whole conversation that has nothing to do with the political divide. Sorry.
All right, let's go back to political divide. Let's go back.
Okay, and I'm gonna say a few things. I am actually here pro a better conversation because I am actually a liberal who wants America's left to win. But America's left right now, in my opinion, will never win. If everything keeps going as it is, of course, Trump 2020. Like, you have no idea the effect of this insane non-stop accusations and playing identity politics. And by the way, some right-wingers are so fucking clever about using the weaknesses of the left. Tucker and Fox have a lot of views on YouTube. There is a lot of other right wingers.
I think Trump is the best
the
thing that happened to the left, because this is the best marketing against the right in the United States has been Trump. So
No.
I think Trump is going to cause a resurgence of the left.
No, the left is losing. You're insane. Dude, just look at the numbers. Look at the views on YouTube for any right-wing channel. Everyone is leaving the mainstream liberal media for alternative right-wing media on YouTube. This is actually going mainstream within the community. Like, you think the views for the Emmys and the CNN and everything, and this actually works. Trump trolls the left goes insane, and people who are in the middle or center left.
Trump doesn't do anything on purpose. He's just a moment.
I'm talking about Steve Bannon.
Okay.
Steve Bannon is the genius behind the whole thing. I've followed Steve Bannon way from like 2009 when he was doing documentaries on Islam. Steve Bannon is a bad guy, but he's a fucking genius. Steve Bannon is one of the smartest political players.
It wasn't very smart of him to go against Kushner. That got him fired.
You don't think that whole thing on the phone was on purpose? To return to Breitbart?
Oh, come Seriously? On. Are you one of those 4D chess kind of people?
No. I'm not one of the 4D chess when Trump does it. Trump is not playing 4D chess. Steve Bannon is definitely... Dude, Steve Bannon said it on 60 Minutes. He said, I wanted Hillary to accuse me of being a white supremacist, and supporting this would make economic nationalism work more. He said it. And he said it before, by the way. Milo said it before. Do you think Milo's playing 4D chess, Armin? Milo on Joe Rogan told Joe, I'm going to Berkeley, so that they would go insane and start burning shit, so that a lot of people would see the left as it is, as Antifa, as violent, and they would leave the left and get red-pilled to join the right. Milo said this before Berkeley, and still the left protested and caused violence. You think now the left is doing themselves any good? Still?
I'm not defending the left or the right. I just want to see how
you're saying no. You just said there is no right wingers who are playing 4D chess and smart. There is.
I didn't say there's no right wing smart people. What are you talking about? I think they are smart. I think they are very.
Dude, you're not one of those 4D chess guys.
No, with Trump. Okay, so. But
Trump himself, I have no.
Okay, he's the thing. Yeah, I honestly think there's nobody smart enough to be able to predict what's like these political things. Like there's so many external factors that you have to be a god to be able to predict how things are gonna. Anyways, I'm not gonna go into that. Okay. So I just think there are smart people and dumb people and good people and bad people on the left, and there's very smart people and not very so smart people, or dumb people and very good people and very bad people on the right. Okay, and I just think that what the problem with the left and the right is that the left looks at the right and they find their dumbest of arguments and find their worst people and try to say this is all of the right. And what the right does to the left also is try to find their dumbest argument and their most ridiculous people, and they like, this represent all of the left.
All of the people on the right became Nazis, and all of the people on the left became Antifa.
Or regressive lefts, right? I mean, if you even like if you go to the left, you could if you listen to the right, you would think all of the left is regressive left. But once you go to a lot of influencers on the left, you see that a lot of them are still fighting for the liberal values, no matter if it's Christianity or Islam, and also the same thing with their right. There's a lot of when I see when I listen to.
Okay, let me tell you this. The right have a clear way to disassociate in themselves from white nationalists and Nazis. They will instantly go out and say, we have nothing to do with these guys. The regressive left, the Antifa, whatever it is not defined enough so that the left would disassociate. If you're a liberal and you want to be anti-regressive left, there is no position you will say, like, as a right-winger would say, of course, I'm against white nationalism. What will you say exactly? Will you go through the 16 different points of view of the regressive left that are wrong, that you disagree with, it's not clear. Like when the term alt left was thrown, all the left disagreed with the term alt left, saying no, there is no such thing as alt left. That was a mistake. They should have continued with the term alt left and disassociated themselves with the fringe.
Well, we have the regressive left for the alt instead of alt left.
Only Majid Nawaz and you guys and a few people like know exactly what they're talking about when they say regressive left. You think the majority of America's left know what regressive left means?
No, but some other terms are getting well known, like safe. I don't know. But here's for example, even when it comes to something that is more commonly hate, for example, with feminists, right? When you look at what people are saying about feminists, I've noticed
they're picking on the craziest feminists and the craziest SJWs to make fun of them.
And the thing is that they are the loudest as well, right? But then when I went into where actually feminists are online, their arguments didn't sound at all like the man-hating feminists that the internet recognizes. Actually, they made sense, right? They were fighting for equality. Most feminists, actually online, most people that call themselves feminists are
most feminists are not Anita Sarkeesian or Armin.
They're fighting for equality.
A voice.
But
no. The feminists who care about women's issues are actually fighting for women's issues, not making non-stop Patreon and YouTubes non-stop to be the loudest voice. The loudest voices of third wave feminism are the crazy ones.
Okay, but that's my point.
I'm not saying
my point
I know.
Is that we need to go into other people and talk to them instead of trying to look at this whole perceived image that we draw of the left or the right or feminist.
I agree with you. And whenever I talk against someone, I don't go against third wave feminism as a crazy thing. I go against specific feminists that are fucking crazy. I don't go. Of course, there are sane feminists. I know that, but this whole thing started by a push from both sides. If you're gonna like trace back the divide, it goes back to Gamergate, and I was online during the whole thing.
But even though they're the loudest, they're not the majority. You know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, the YouTubers who make fun of them also know and also say that, and they still make fun of them.
Right, but
because
now the
it's
word,
funny.
Now the word feminist has become so dirty, right? Because and the thing is that it shouldn't be.
Feminists who care, then feminists who care about the word feminist should criticize the crazy ones, not only YouTubers who criticize them. Why aren't the left never criticize its own?
They do. Like Bill Maher, for example, does it a lot. He has a huge voice. The Secular Talk is a big YouTube channel. He's a left. He self-criticizes.
Bill Maher is constantly attacked by the left.
What?
Bill Maher is constantly attacked by the left.
Yeah, I understand that, but he's also the left.
I know he's on. I'm not throwing Bill Maher out of the left. I'm saying when he actually does it, he's not getting the following. If you're gonna listen to the applause,
come on, Bill Maher has a huge following.
No. Of course, I'm not saying Bill Maher doesn't have a following. I'm saying the guy who wants to keep the left in check is not a hero. He's no. What are you saying? Instantly, the main split between the secular community in the Arab world and the atheist community in the West started from Bill Maher. Started from
but let's get back to how can we? These divisions exist, and they're not going to go away. We can't.
You shouldn't. Okay, step one: you shouldn't assign someone before knowing what his views are. You should ask for someone's views. I am literally asking for individualism. I'm literally asking for, if someone says one thing that has something to do with pro-life, don't assume the entire rest of all positions of an entire party on that person. Have a conversation with him,
but even if you do talk to them and you found out that a lot of their positions are ridiculous, just
argue with them because they're wrong.
Yes, but don't hate them. That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't hate anyone except
No,
the ones who want to kill me.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking.
Yeah.
I'm
To the
talking.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Sure.
Like the solution is not to, even if you find out, I mean, me and you, if we can get along with Muslims that believe in an ideology that advocates our, advocates the murder of ex-Muslims, which is us. If we can get along with Muslims that believe in such an ideology, we don't be like, even though you're not saying it, you belong to this group that is getting us, wants us killed.
Exactly.
Right? We're not dismissing all of the Muslims. If we can get along with Muslims, then the left should be able to get along with the right, and the right should be able to get along with the left. Right?
Should. Yes, I agree 100%. And they're much closer than they think. The differences between you and me and a Muslim who believes in a caliphate is way huger than the difference between a basic liberal center left and a basic Republican center right. And by the way, even within the atheist community, the differences and the arguments and the people stopping going to conventions, the differences are minute. And they don't even talk to each other. You think there's a huge difference of the views of Thess and Shoe on Head? Seriously? Do you guys even know? Like, you know what I mean? It's insane. These people are so close together on their views. It's.
But it shouldn't matter even if
someone from the Middle East looking at it. I'm looking at two good guys outcasting themselves.
Right.
No, I'm not seeing a bad guy in the situation to begin with. There is no bad guy. Like this, I can understand totally when he talks to about Sargon. Okay, I can understand where he's coming from, and he's right. But he actually talks about Armored Skeptic and Shoe on Head. Is he what? These guys are looking. They take videos and make fun of them. Period. They have no even like outspoken political views advertising for something. Unlike Sargon. Why? Why did this even happen? Because the left suddenly accused them of rape apologist Nazis.
But okay, somebody in the chat is pointing. I'm going to read something in the chat, okay, if you don't mind. Somebody is pointing at it's the left that is deplatforming people. So how could we get along with people that are not basically even giving us a voice? How could you get along with the left if they're
by convincing the majority of the sane left to criticize their own party. I want liberals to criticize crazy left-wingers. That's step number one.
No. Let's say you're on the let's say you're talking. Okay, first we're gonna talk to a right-wing guy, and then we're gonna talk to a left-wing guy. Okay, let's say somebody is on the right, and this guy is so frustrated with the left. They're like, you guys are shutting down conversations. You're deplatforming people that come and you don't even let them talk. Instead of challenging them, this right,
I would agree with him.
Yeah, but he's like, why would I go talk to the left when this is how when this is how they're treating us? So why would you say to this right-wing guy, I'm done with the left?
Yeah. Actually, I would tell him this, and you wouldn't agree. But I would tell him, talk to normal left-wingers and convince them to be conservatives because you think your point of view is the right one. That way, the normal people he wants, the people in the center left, would each other after the conversation would rest somewhere in the center. The crazies would go away. The fringes would go away. Only 1% of America is crazy. The white national, the 99% are following the narrative of the party, but they're not actually insanely crazy feminists or insanely crazy racists.
Right. So and do you?
But the argument should continue between the people near the middle first, and that way we would get more people to even agree to have a conversation, not outcast anyone else. Like, do you think I don't suffer from this? Armin, last week there was, I will tell you this story again, bring it back to the Middle East. But last week there was a concert for Mashru' Layla, and people raised the LGBT flag, rainbow flag. 7 were arrested and 2 gays were killed in Armenia. Now, there were a huge outroar of homophobia in Egypt, and people threatening gays online and doxing them and asking other people to go and kill them. Okay, we were reporting people advocating for murder, and our posts got removed because it's insensitive, because Muslims
Hmm.
pointed that out as offensive. Now, this way of thinking is inherent to the left and inherent to Silicon Valley, Armin.
All right. So, but okay, but let's now. I want to do the other side as well. Let's say somebody had their, their a loved one. Like let's say you have your.
Friendships and
Let's say
relationships
somebody
should have nothing to should be way more important than
I know,
political.
but let's say you're going to somebody from the left, and she's married to a dreamer, or somebody that now doesn't know if they're going to get deported or not, right? Or somebody that might lose her health care because of Trump, and then you're going and say like, oh, you have to be friendly with people that voted for Trump, and she's like, well, fuck you, because of these people that voted for this guy. You're talking about survival, but I'm telling you that these people voted for somebody that is not I need this healthcare, I'm going to lose it, or my father is going to get deported because of this motherfucker, right? So
That's
how
why,
could you want me to get along with people that voted for this guy?
That's why I would ask her, if I would make her ask the someone she hates if he's pro or against DACA. I wouldn't ask the someone if he voted or not for Trump. Just like I would ask, if do you support Obama supporting the Muslim Brotherhood, or did you just simply vote for Obama? There's a huge difference.
So if I said like, yes, I support Obama supporting the Muslim Brotherhood, you would not talk to me anymore.
You. No. Once you want money and support to go to a group that had my fucking name on a kill list, fuck you, you're my enemy. Of course.
Here's the thing though. When it comes to politics and politicians making decisions, any decision that they make is going to get somebody killed. And every decision that they don't even make is going to get somebody killed, right?
No. In that situation, Obama could have easily done nothing.
No, but I'm just saying that if somebody
it wasn't just Obama, it was Qatar and Obama, by the way. I'm not.
I understand that. I'm saying, and you can't expect individuals to really know the details of fucking everything.
Of course. Most Americans are ignorant. Most of the people who voted for Obama have no idea what I'm talking about. I tried a lot of times.
Even if they came and said like, well, yeah, but he needed to fund Muslim Brotherhood, and I support that.
No. Okay.
I'm just saying, even in that situation, you shouldn't put them in the same camp as people that would actually, just because somebody comes and says like, I think Obama should have funded, Muslim Brotherhood. You can't just put them in the same group of people that actually say that we should kill you. You know what I mean? Because that's so many degrees
what the Muslim Brotherhood are doing, and he's
I understand that, but you understand the details. But I'm just saying that the complexities of these things make the degrees of separation between that person supporting that different from somebody that actually is advocating for your murder, like directly. You know what I mean? I don't think
most of the people listening right now don't know exactly what happened in Egypt in 2012 and 2013. I know. But here's my point about moral priority. If you're standing with your guy and anyone against your guy, you'll be with no matter how bad they are, that's a problem. Have you seen tweets from the left defending Iran, defending Kim Jong-un, fucking saying, good, Kim Jong-un, he said about Trump, he's the problem. Now you're fucking immoral. If you're saying Kim Jong-un is better than Trump, you're either extremely ignorant about what's going on in North Korea, or you're fucking immoral. One of those two.
I would give them the benefit of the doubt and go with extremely ignorant, right? Because
they're ignorant about North Korea.
But most people are ignorant about many things. Here's the thing. For example, some people could make the same argument about Trump supporters. They're like, my father will lose his healthcare and die. Right, so then they would make this claim that then if you are voted for Trump, then you are basically a murderer, right? So but when we like, you can't. If somebody came and shot your father in the head, and somebody voted for Trump, you can't put these two people in the same camp. You know what I mean?
I know.
There's a degree of separation.
Trump is so fucking dangerous. That's why Trump is so fucking dangerous, not because of anything he actually does, because the division him and Hillary made from the 2016 is way more dangerous about Americans turning on themselves than the issues. Like, didn't you agree that forget about if it's DACA, if it's Ben Dani, whatever the issue is, Armin, do you see what I'm seeing? Americans turning against each other to the point of violence as an evil itself, as a immoral thing itself, without the issues, that itself is a huge problem. Do you agree with that, right?
Yeah, okay, of course I do. So Trump is responsible for that.
Yeah, Trump is responsible for that, and all the people who are pushing the extremes are responsible for that too.
Yeah,
like the Russians are responsible for. By the way, just to make people like explain this, the narrative about Russia wants Trump to win. Russia wants division between Americans, wants Americans to turn on each other.
Yeah, no, they bought Facebook ads specifically for division. Like they weren't,
because the ads were for Black Lives Matter to make them more violent, and for Trump supporters to make them more racist. The Russia thing is not let's get Trump elected. If Hillary won, they would still do the same thing to divide Americans.
Let's get back to the point. How can
no. But my point about division, if you're gonna okay, no, fuck Russia, then be better to your fellow American, not fuck Trump supporter even more.
Fellow human being.
Just let's start with nationalism at least.
No, don't start with it, because then you're making another monster there that shit can also go out of hand, man. Like,
you're coming from someone from fucking Iran. I know.
Like, don't feed a monster to kill your other monster, because then you have another monster.
Remember, I always say, if the government of Saudi Arabia disappears, the people would be still Islamic. The government of Iran, if it disappears, the people would be split between secularism and Islam, but they will still be racist and still be nationalists.
All right, so somebody is saying the division within the atheist community, that makes no sense. I'm an atheist. Tell me, which political position am I supposed to support? Atheists can agree with or disagree with any political. Well, yeah, Lawrence, that's our point. We're saying that we are atheists. Atheists have nothing in common other than a lack of belief in God. Our political views, our philosophical views are very diverse, and that's why. But
we should be individuals.
Yeah, and we should be able to disagree without hating each other. So we shouldn't divide each other. Not just the atheist community.
Let's talk about
the gay
any community.
The gay community.
Let's talk about the atheist community. The atheist community.
Let's talk about for example, people are saying, why are you talking about the atheists? Like any community, the gay community should be able to get together and fight against homophobia. Whether they were Hillary supporters or Bernie supporters or even Trump supporters for some reason, if you are fighting homophobia,
should they fight for homophobia that's projected at Milo Yiannopoulos? No, they should leave it, right? I mean, you can get into extreme arguments. I know. I'm gonna talk about the atheist community. The atheist community in 2009, I think, or 2010. It went wrong the second they started Atheism Plus. Atheism Plus is so fucking stupid.
I know, but to give credit to the atheist community, it was called out as stupid very fast, and it was shut down. So give credit to that.
Yeah. Good. Now, if we keep on making this, I pointed out Atheism Plus. Why? Because something like Atheism Plus, without being calling Atheism Plus, is happening right now, Armin. Yeah. All of the atheist community must be against Trump, must be this, that. Anyone who says anything other than that that's the same stupidity as Atheism Plus.
Right. But it's not, but you're talking about it's the other side as well. You're talking about the stupidity of the leftists within the atheist community, but we should also think about the right wingers in the atheist community, right? So a lot of people on the left in the atheist community are saying that, this is the right way to be an atheist, and if you're not this right way to be an atheist, you should fuck them. But to be fair, the right people, there are a lot of people on the right are also saying that, okay, if you don't bash Islam, then you don't deserve to be in the atheist community, because the atheist community should fight out all religions.
I will never say that. I will say it in a different way. if you defend Islam, fuck you. Not if you're concerned with Christianity.
Fuck you. No. Talk to you. Like don't get.
My fuck you is me disagreeing, Armin. I'm not like gonna kill the guy, okay?
Okay,
please.
But we shouldn't not just not. I'm gonna go more than
that. Say fuck you now to someone I disagree with.
Okay,
seriously, Armin.
Okay. Well,
you guys are getting too like cute to the point. It's
okay. Say fuck you to them, but also
fuck you, Armin. Specifically.
Okay, good. That's fine. But you're not saying we should kick them out of like our community.
Of course, I'm not saying it. I'm saying I have no problem with someone on the left saying I'm only going to focus on Christianity. The conservatives are the main threat to America, and they're ruining the education. They're changing history. They're fighting evolution, and I'm only going to be concerned about that. I will support him because guess what? I agree with everything he's doing. Like the second Lawrence Krauss is get called a regressive left, you guys are fucking insane. What? Lawrence Krauss is now regressive left because he's fighting Christianity pro-science? No. That's insane. That's
but I will
people
go one step
from
further.
the right.
But
that's people from the right going insane.
I would go one step further. Let's say somebody from the left was saying something stupid. The things that you're saying we are agreeing with. It's easy to accept people we agree with. I'm gonna accept people that I actually disagree with. For example, let's say somebody from the left and says Christianity is actually worse than Islam. Islam is misunderstood. Attacking Islam is racism. Right, and all that stupid bullshit. Right.
I will send him videos nonstop of ex-Muslim talking out.
I know. I would be like, okay, that's fucking stupid, but I will still welcome them in the atheist community because they're atheists and they deserve protection and they deserve for them to feel welcome, even though they're saying something fucking stupid. As an atheist in the atheist community, we need to be welcoming to people because these are people.
Forget about an atheist community. As a human being, you could still talk to him. Period, Armin.
Right.
And let me stress about the difference between I just want to focus about Christianity versus I am defending Islam. There's a huge difference between those two. But I have no problem with the first. And I disagree with Lawrence Krauss if he says Christianity is a much more bigger threat. But he's doing good. He's still doing. Armin, you have to be a consequentialist for just 1 second, please. There's consequences of everyone's actions. Right?
I am always a consequence.
I know, but okay, listen. Some people who are saying Islamophobia and Islam is no problem are still doing good things against Christianity or for humanitarianism, period, okay? Right. Those people leave alone, and I totally agree with them. The people in the atheist community harming ex-Muslim, literally, I can write a connection between, like, do you think I am pissed at some feminist going crazy about some trivial stuff, mansplaining or depiction of women in video games? I don't care. Do whatever you want. And any asshole who starts bugging you or trolling you or doxing you online because you care about trivial, in my opinion, stupid shit, is an asshole. But when do I attack feminists? When feminists say hijab is empowerment and start defending Islam, there's a huge difference, Armin.
Right. But don't.
There's a thing.
But the thing is, we shouldn't call them feminists and make the whole feminist community seem like that.
They call themselves feminists, Armin. What am I supposed to call them?
No, yeah, but just like be specific. But anyways,
Anita Sarkeesian.
Yeah, no, yeah, but so
yeah, no. But, okay, so
no, I agree with you. I agree with you.
I didn't care. No, I didn't care about Anita Sarkeesian calling me a sexist, a bigot, a misogynist when I'm playing video games. No, all gamers. No problem. That's a long story, and I don't care about it. And all the people who were enraged about it are fucking idiots, and I don't care. When did I care about fucking Anita Sarkeesian? When she made a video literally saying, the problem is not with Islam. These communities that happen to be Muslim because of men toxicity is the reason why women are suffering in these communities that happen to be Muslim.
Right.
Fuck her.
So okay.
Of course, fuck her.
Okay. But here's the thing, though. There are some people that they think that I thought the atheist movement was. Yeah, well, there's a lot of lines that I hear that say like, I thought the atheist movement was supposed to be like atheists were supposed to be logical, atheists were supposed to be open-minded, atheists were supposed to be this, that.
When I'm not logical, and I will change my opinion.
No, the thing is that if you think atheists were supposed to be anything other than people that lack belief in a God, you're
Yes, the definition.
you're misguided, right? That's the only thing atheists have in common. They're not atheists are not by default
How many
logical.
times Matt Dillahunty have said it on the Atheist Experience?
Right.
Atheism only means lack belief in God. Don't say anything else.
Right. So that means, but here's the thing: if our goal is to provide protection for atheists and community, and make atheism normalized, that means that even the atheists that are not being logical, even the atheists that are fighting for things that we don't agree with, even the atheists that are going against everything we fight for, they still deserve protection. They still deserve not to be discriminated against for being atheist.
Protection from what? Oh yeah, of course, dude, of course.
Right. Like I'm just saying, let's say there's an atheist in Iran that is also a fucking homophobe, right?
Yes.
But because he's an atheist, he's in danger. That person still deserves protection, right?
Homophobia and even racism is not a crime punishable by death.
Let's say he's a homophobe, he's a racist.
And by the way, once you say Iranian, he's already a racist.
That's
racist.
That's racist. All right, but okay, I'm going to say that that's probably true, but I can say that because I'm Iranian.
Basically, it's a huge majority. It's a huge majority of racism against Arabs. Huge.
Right. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
It's sad because we love Iranians.
Right.
Really sad.
Yeah, it's very sad. And actually, when I was in Iran, I was fighting it, and I felt the hate coming at me when I was trying to fight it. It was so
because you're an Aryan race, huh? Iran, Aryan.
You have no idea how many Iranians.
How fucking stupid are you?
You know how many Iranians come to me and say like, "Oh, I didn't know the founder of Atheist Republic is a fellow Aryan. I'm so proud." I'm like, what the fuck are you? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, yes, these Islamic, these Arab barbarians, we will show them. I like,
let's
oh my
let's
God.
end the stream with talking shit about how stupid racism is. This whole thing, I agree more, or not I agree, I understand more sectarian violence, hatred because of religion, hatred because political beliefs, more than this stupid fucking idea that a color of skin is somehow gonna bring any argument to the discussion or any ideological beliefs about the one I'm talking to. Like all the statements starting with as a person of color, as a white guy, as an Iranian, as an Egyptian. I didn't learn anything from that statement, and then I start knowing the guy. The whole thing about identifying as your own race is not only like disgusting because racism is disgusting, it's actually really stupid. Like there's some divisions in religion that are smarter than racism.
I understand, but even if you're, let's say, even if you're a racist, the dumb racist, what I'm saying is that if somebody is putting your life in danger because you're an atheist, I think I think we should still defend you. Because whatever stupid fucking opinions you have, you don't deserve to be harassed or your safety or your peace taken away from you. Because so if we could defend people with the most garbage of the opinions, because we think they have the right to be left alone with their dumb opinions, they have the right to happiness, peace, whatever the fucking stupid beliefs that
we should be able fuck you because of your opinion still.
We should tell them. We should be like, fuck you, but nobody should kill you or nobody should put you in jail, right? But we should talk to them, right? We should also talk to them. You can't dismiss
people.
Argue with them. We could tell, we should be providing them an opportunity to come to us and tell them why where their views are wrong, or maybe them telling us why our views are wrong. There should be no, there's no way. The only people that I think we can't have in our community are people that are trying to reduce discussions, because they're the people that have this purity, standards for who is allowed in the atheist community, who's allowed in the gay community.
Those are the reason.
This is the right way to be an atheist. This is the right.
This is so arrogant and like
Right.
Righteous for no reason. Why do they think
Right.
that they
If
should
you
do the purity test?
if you're not atheisting my way, you're not a true atheist, right? If you're
And
if you're
it's
not
so
ex-Muslim,
collectivist. And
oh, what's happening to the ex-Muslim movement? People in the ex-Muslim movement don't agree with me anymore. Oh, the ex-Muslim movement is lost because they're not like me anymore.
like the one who told me my views are this way because I am manipulated by racists.
Right.
I am manipulated by racists, Armin. I don't have an agency of my own. If I am gonna attack Obama and Hillary Clinton, that means I am manipulated by racists. What the fuck is that?
Right. You know,
Because he couldn't tell me directly that I'm a racist because I'm not white.
Yeah.
So I became manipulated by racists.
Yeah, we're puppets basically.
What the fuck is that?
We don't have any. We not people from non-Western countries. We can't have our own thoughts. Everything.
Yeah.
You know,
And by the way, that itself is a white supremacist view. Like the white man is controlling. Like here is the thing. I think the far right are white supremacists and the far left are white supremacists with white guilt.
Right, because everything is
the white man is more powerful and he's doing shit to us that we couldn't just stop. What the fuck?
Like, yeah, basically they think that all the world's problems comes from the West. We can't fuck our own countries.
No, guys, we totally fucked our own countries. It was us. Don't worry, you did a little stuff. This whole thing they did everything in the world.
They did many
that's
wrong
coming
things,
from the left, and it's so fucking racist. By the way, stop calling people like that. It's just a well-intentioned soft bigotry of low expectation. It's racist. Let's call shit by it is. It's fucking they think white men are more powerful than any other color. That's what they're saying, right?
Yeah, but then they point to examples of actually the stuff that they cause, and like, yeah, of course, you know, and you know, any great empire at some, you know, what do you think the Persian Empire did? What the Roman Empire did? The Egyptian Empire did? The Turkish Empire did, right? The Abbasid Empire did. When they were, do you think they didn't fuck up the countries of the other countries?
They always talk about colonialism and imperialism. Did you know what the Ottomans did?
Right.
Like what? How about the Armenian genocide? Are white people did that?
No. Only white people can be racist. What are you talking about?
Okay,
anyways, okay. So this was interesting. If you guys have any suggestions or anything you think we said dumb, you know, there's a lot of great comments in the live chat, but for some fucking stupid reason, once the live chat is over, the comments doesn't go to the YouTube video. I don't know why YouTube does that. So when the live chat comments gets lost forever, once the live chat.
Before I go, I would recommend people please listen to my conversation with Muhammad Al-Khidra I did this morning because I think it's important. Two ex-Muslims talking to each other. Can
you send me a link so I could put it in the description of the video?
I will send you the link.
Awesome. All right. Anyway, thank you, Omar. You're gonna harass me with more and
like, you guys in Canada are going too soft, like seriously.
Okay, but I have you to remind me whenever I go soft.
Yeah. You need like a few weeks in Halab or something.
No, I have my. I when I first came back from Iran here, I was like, if there was an azan or anything Islamic, I had to hold my ears, right? Now I have a Quran. I'm reading my Quran. I'm like, oh look, this is ancient mythology, MJ, and people are telling you, fuck you now. You left here. You forgot how fucking
I have you on Facebook, right? I have you on Facebook.
Yeah,
I do have you on Facebook. Okay, when do you think the last time I was shot at by actual AK-47s?
I don't know. I'm not gonna guess that.
2 weeks ago.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, terrorism.
You were shot at by. Okay.
Yeah, my entire bus we're sitting in, including women and children, were shot at, and the glass kept spreading, and I was down on the floor. That's life. That's Islamic terrorism.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just that's normal experience. I returned home and played Dark Souls. That's life. Okay.
Okay. All right, man. Well, by the way, tell people where they can find you. I already linked your Twitter.
Omar Isam LHC. Will link to Armin will link to a video of me and Muhammad and that's my YouTube channel. And from it, you will find my Twitter and my Facebook, Omar Isam LHC. Thank you so much, guys. And I just wanted to criticize both and say this division is harmful on the long run. Try to talk to people more, please, and stop assuming.
Right. You're not against disagreements. So disagreements is not division. Division is...
No. Yeah. Division is stop talking to this guy, blocking him, get out, outcasting people, and cutting connections between friends and family. That's division.
Yeah, people are in live. People in the chat are saying very passionate discussion, and Lawrence is saying stay safe.
Thank you,
yeah, but some fiction fighter says, sorry, I missed the first part, but go back to YouTube. The entire YouTube is going to be available on Atheist Republic's YouTube channel, so go back, start from the beginning. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Omar. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Armin, and thank you for all what you're doing in Atheist Republic and in the Atheist Republic podcast, new one. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, bye.
Bye, guys.